Our next speaker is right here online already, and he has been with us for a couple of minutes. You can hear us, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can we hear you? Yes, we can hear you. Ник Федяев, he is our fellow Tomsk citizen, former Tomsk citizen. Now he is a person of the world. He is an artist, surrealist artist, musician, new media professional, traveler. And now he's going to speak about, to tell his stories. You know, we used to listen to stories. Now, young generation, they watch stories online because it's a different term right now. So let's get to the old good stories, and please welcome. You have 30 minutes.
Okay. Thank you for inviting me. I'm Nik Fedyaev. Good morning to European viewers, and good afternoon for Siberian. Broadcasting now from Lisbon. It's the capital of Portugal, and it's very early morning here, 7 a.m. But I woke up and my head is clear for this chat. When I came to New Zealand and immigrated from Tomsk in '96, I studied the subject called multimedia straight away. It was very new one, internet, video presentations, multimedia, CD-ROMs, all etc. And I became, my position was media producer, multimedia producer. I used to work in an organization like Auckland University. I've been lecturing other tutors and the students to understand this new media, because what happened in '97 in Australia and New Zealand, the students start, young generation start to research about new media. They've been the first, navigators on these areas, but tutors, the older audience, they, conservative, they still using the old ways to teach students. And I was on a position to actually to show the new media, to show new opportunities. And I've been doing it about 2 years, and then I became, I just organized my own company. The subject was the web marketing. So about 5 years probably I've been in this area. It's a small company, but we've been successful in this area. And then I just left everything because for some reason I decided, okay, it's all, I've done this. I'm an expert, and I become the artist. So I painting the way how Van Gogh paint, and Picasso, whatever, just without any media, just the paint. But really, I'm using the digital media, internet, for promoting my art mostly from the beginning, because I knew this area by heart. For example, lots of artists used to advertise, used to show their art in the galleries. Me on social media, on the internet, on online auctions from the beginning, and it was a core of my success actually. From about 3 years ago, my kids growing up, so now they more than 18 years old. So they just separate. So they live their own life, and we, me and my wife Lara, we decided to go around the world because I can paint anywhere. So I need just the easel and canvas and paint. So anywhere in the world I can buy it. So we live on different countries, probably about months, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, depends on visa situation and how we feel about it. And we travel about 3 years now. This is my little story, and now I'm on the middle of traveling. So I'm right now in Portugal, and end of the December I came back to New Zealand. I come back to New Zealand and then go on. What I can say you about digital media on the very beginning, because I was one of the pioneer who actually developed the things and been involved and producing some tools. We had lots of conferences in the end of the last century, say 98, 99, especially with Adobe, Macromedia, Microsoft, Nokia, in Sydney, in Auckland, and different in Melbourne. I remember a very interesting conversation regarding what is the future of the, say, the mobile phones. Say, we talk about mobile phones. That time it was just a simple text messaging, nothing else. Nokia and Motorola, two brands been dominated, and computers. And I was the one who actually followed the version. The computers is the future of digital media. So they will kill the television. I was right a little bit about this because television now we call about smart TV. You probably heard about this and you know about this. I heard like Russia will change to digital TV soon, so it's a very big step because in New Zealand it happened about 5 years ago, and so all these old TVs with tube very heavy gone, and nobody wants to buy it, so like just take it. I thought like mine old TV, big one, new one, good one. Grundig. I thought like somebody will buy it at least for $50. No, I have to pay $50 just to, throw it away. So the digital TV now, smart TV, it's basically computer. But I didn't expect that little thing, mobile phone, taking such a big place in our life. So all the young generation now, it's not only texting, it's basically communication. So what I thought, digital world is more for entertainment in the very beginning, but the communication is dominated now. So the social media is it's communication firstly, then entertainment. Another thing, actually, we didn't predict at all that time. It's e-commerce because all transaction that time been just the cash or plastic cards, whatever. But to predict that you can actually use a credit card to buy lots of things on the internet, just using digital money, actually, nobody thought about it. So basically, right now, we're not sure what will happen actually 5 days later, next 5 years, because we simply don't know where technology goes. Um, I can tell you one thing about the digital world I'm in. When we stay in the one remote place about 2 3 months, and it was no internet connection. I had some how you call it not Wi-Fi. I mean, I had some 3G sort of service. Sorry, but it was very slow. So basically, I didn't have a chance to fully participate on the internet. So I didn't go to social media. I didn't watch any movies, YouTube, whatever. And I felt myself, and plus it was not much, memories, like about 4 gigabytes a month. So basically, it's nothing. And I felt myself very, very limited in this kind of thing. So basically, I mean, we every week we went to the hotel in the nearest town, about 100 kilometers, just to get internet, just to be online. It was like I didn't expect it from myself. I thought like, oh yeah, I can read the book, I can just think about life, can paint and just listen to the birds, No way. So my life is now very, very dependable on the internet. So I need it. And actually, I can say lots of people feel in the same situation. When something happened with the internet, you cut off line, you feel yourself what to do. It's like when you have no lights, for example, you put the candles on the table, you play in cards, you play, and you feel, oh yeah, like old time. No, old time will will be not, it with no chance to have it all time anymore. So internet is a huge part of my life, in your life, and in my profession. Basically, I'm artist. Without internet, without communications, it's impossible. Most of sales I do just online because people are there. I remember my lectures when I was the lecturing about web marketing. I said, like, okay, when you advertise something, you advertise where? You advertise where the people are. So basically, you put the tabloid on the road, where the busy road, not on the somewhere the cul-de-sac. You advertise on newspapers, magazines. There lots of people reading it, so you're not really advertising on little small thing, and that's important. In internet also, on the very beginning, to represent yourself, you have to build a website. So the website is your, thing, you put on the internet, but then the people realize, okay, but how I find it? So I have to search it. So then the Google came to the very, very, because before Google, guys, I remember I think it was about 10 maybe search engine, and everyone, when you build a website, you have to submit it to every search engine. Now it's easy, but how to actually to find yourself on the Google, because you have to advertise on the Google, advertise with the keywords. I had one situation because in a very early development of the internet, we had idea of selling air. It's just crazy idea, just to sell air you're breathing. New Zealand, it's very, very clear air. So we thought about, oh yeah, that's the best product to sell, air of New Zealand, clear air. So we put it online, and we made the website called New Zealand Air. We didn't think about this because the major New Zealand air, company that flies from New Zealand is Air New Zealand. And we advertise on the Google with Air New Zealand, but actually we advertise wrong things, because when you type these keywords, you basically come into the Air New Zealand, air tickets, you buy this stuff. So it's the flight, so it's a wrong, so keywords. But we advertise very interesting way. It was a thing 2000, 18 years ago. I put $100 on the Google account and had a cigarette. So I went 5 minutes out, and they came back, and I saw my account empty, and I thought, what is going on? During that time, all my money gone, and we had 3 purchases. Actually, these 3 purchases didn't cover actually money we spent, but it shows how quickly and how responsible is internet. It was 18 years ago. Now its situation is even crazier. If you have a right product in the right time, right keywords, you can actually have your products, sold on the internet very quickly. And I know that, because I'm selling sometimes prints, and I need to sell prints before Christmas, for example. I just advertise, and here we are, gone. And now not about marketing, about how actually it looks like the product on the internet and the product on the real life. I'm artist, and when I sell on the internet my paintings, probably have not much chances to sell expensive original painting. We're not talking about money, but say around, expensive, say, because people not trust actually to image they see online. It's a human behavior. They would like to touch it, to see it, I realize. And what happened? But small products that actually, say $50 or whatever, they can, buy easily. And now it goes up and up. But when you already done this, when you have experience, you bought something like, say, for $100, and you feel like, okay, that's a real good product, then you buy again and again and again. So it's trust. So people not trust really digital image. They trust something real. what happened with me, I have to go to the different galleries, different exhibitions. So I show the real paintings, and then people see the real paintings. They actually easier buying online because they trust it. They've been seeing the real stuff, and they buy digital replicas. I mean, they see the digital. They buy the real product. They come in on a on a parcel. Okay. The same situation happening when you travel, for example. I'm using lots of Airbnb services. You know probably about this. When you have a flat, you can rent it out and you online order it. You come in, it's like a hotel, but you live in somebody else's environment. So what I do, I search Airbnb website. I find some flat, and first you see the digital image, and it looks big, nice, but when you come, it normally looks smaller, much smaller, and normally not that nice. Um, when now you have to read the feedback about this flat because how it helps because the people actually who see that situation say, okay, room actually not that big as it shows on a photograph. You kind of, oh yeah, I see this trick because you can actually photograph this room on a particular position that looks huge, but actually it's not. So communications again starts. So when you communicate, when you ask, when you asking the question, when you read the responses, you understand more. So not just digital image. When you say, when you see the digital image of the resort somewhere like Hawaii or like Madeira, whatever, and feel like, oh man, this is a paradise I would like to go. Don't believe because the real thing is different. Yes, that's a probably good picture, but it's not exactly what you expect. I'll tell you about Tomsk. The Tomsk. Most of people from Tomsk, that. Um, I've been following on a Facebook the guy who I'm not sure telling his name, but actually he's shown very nice photograph of the Tomsk all the time. And I didn't go to Tomsk for 22 years. So when I came back this summer, 22 years, big break, I expect in my head something like that, this photograph. And actually, it was hard for me to show any photo of the good side of the tones without some rubbish, without some bad, without some bizarre. So I have to cut the photograph. I have to cut the photograph to make it nice, and then I put it online. Oh yeah, it looks nice, but actually, just next door, it's just the big bad stuff there. Okay, so it happened everywhere. So if you're looking for the digital images of when you're traveling, when the cities, whatever, it's all better, much better than a real. Okay, so think about it, divide it for two, sometimes for three, and go ahead. And plus, as a tourist, when you go, you always show, I mean, center of the city, of the town, always nice. Even Tomsk, you have a look on Tomsk in the center, yeah, it's better than in somewhere in Lebedeva Street. Same like in other cities. If you live like me, living not in a hotel in the center of the city, because for 3 months I can't afford to pay or for the hotel. I live in the flats like a normal citizens of this town or country. And you see these stuff around there, rubbish again, traffic, people, drunk, drugs, all that kind of things everywhere. So that's a true. So digital image you can see on the internet is better. I never date online, guys. I mean, I have a wife, I have a successful, kids, so it's fine for me. But I presume how people dating online and see the face of the like man or woman, and how they trust it because you can do with Photoshop whatever you can. You can make yourself like pretty like Ben Affleck. I'm talking about men, or like Scarlett Johansson. So this is not true again. What I'm thinking about about internet right now and social media, it's a big fake. Remember these. I'm not a big supporter of the Trump, but he mentioned this kind of term like fake news. The fake news is something that actually dominate now on the internet, and you have to be very, very selective actually to find the truth if you're looking for the truth, because most of us not really looking for the truth. They just say, "Oh, sensation! Ooh, oh man! Ooh, let's have a look." And yeah, somebody killed somebody, and you kind of trust it straight away. In my case, I have some trusted people, so I follow them, no more. And the same things in the Facebook, whatever. If you don't like somebody who just say dominate the news, whatever, just ban it or take out from your friends, because otherwise you will be full of fake news, and that's bizarre. So this is my way of seeing the digital media. I'm with digital media, always with phone, computer. I photograph, I analyze it. I'm using for my profession. I'm traveling with this. I'm booking online. Everything online. But I'm not that sort of. Probably one thing online, digital things I'm not doing. It's a gaming, guys. It's a digital gaming. I'm not on this age. I think when I get in older, when I have some problem troubles, I'm not sure, I will buy some nice gaming equipment, and I will catch up with whatever popular game, Doom and whatever. Doom, it was probably the last things I played in my life a long time ago. So now probably time is running out, and I'm not sure. Is it? I have more to say or questions, guys?
You have around 5 minutes if you want to continue talking, or more time for questions. What do you
Do I have lots of questions? I'm just asking about it. Probably,
I think you can talk for another 3 minutes, and then we'll have 5 minutes for questions. How about that?
Okay, cool. Sweet. Another thing I would like to add on it, it's about e-commerce. It's very important part of the of our life, because digital money, it's a future of money. So probably, I can predict now 5-10 years in the future, you will hardly see any paper money. It will go on. So you have a digital money, and like chip or whatever, a bank account link, because it's easy for government to get tax from you. It's kind of the way how it goes. So in this area, lots of scam goes on, because people mistrusting. So you're receiving emails and everything, like warning you. Oh yeah, you've been naked. I seen you on the camera. And just like, ooh, give me like 1,000 bitcoins, or like bucks on this account, and we'll wipe your account, or something like this. Or you got a gift, please, just give us a little bit of blah, blah, blah. So that's a thing that goes on and goes on. Remember things now about digital media, and like virus warnings, whatever. When something major happens, it's on that, not on this level when we communicate. It's level of the governments and something like this. So basically, the governments of each country goes digital further and further, and they have experts. But who are experts? You've probably seen on the movies, like really, people with ties and suits, the FBI, whatever, and they are always using some geek, little skinny man who just helping them with the programming, with the virusing. It's also, kind of true, because I saw lots of internet gigs. They kind of look like that. They're true, and it's warning thing. Yeah, and probably more danger from internet will be in the future than it's kind of pleasant kind of things. And but unfortunately, what I can see, there is no chance for us to get back to prehistoric, pre-internet age, because now we are fully involved in this, and even reading, guys. I'm still old-fashioned guy. I mean, still reading books, normal books. So I'm smelling the pages and like that kind of feel the paper. But when I start to travel, yeah, I have this ebook and I start to download. So I'm using now even that crap. So no ways to avoid the new age of the digital era, and so you have to be prepared, you have to be involved and enjoy it, so get more used to it. That's it for me. So if you have questions, please ask me questions. You can ask me in Russian, I can answer in English, whatever it's suitable.
Thank you very much. First of all, it's obvious that you are enjoying your current position very much, and I have a short question. If Tomsk authorities would proposed you to be the leader of some campaign, to be the face of a campaign, the goal of which would be to position Tomsk, to promote Tomsk as a city, would you agree? Yes or no? If no, why? If yes, what would you build your campaign on?
I mean, this is not quite correct question. I mean, I have to know which campaign, because for me, it's most important to know what I'm promoting rather than which part I'm supporting. So if it's something very very something that actually very close to my vision of things, yes, I would like to, because I'm not a big celebrity, but in the world, but probably in Tomsk, some people know me, and actually it helps sometimes to get the attention, if I do this. But I need to know what sort of campaign. So probably if it's gonna be something humanistic, something really humanistic, not a some kind of blah blah blah, but really, yeah, I could do that.
Воспользуюсь правом давнего знакомства с Николаем, поэтому позволю себе на «ты» обратиться. Николай, как у путешественника, практически постоянного, да, вот дай, пожалуйста, нам совет. Все-таки ориентироваться больше на цифровой бренд территории, созданной профессионалами, или тот бренд территории, который создается в сетях? На первый взгляд, вроде бы второе, понятно, да, там люди же все. Но ведь у всех свое представление о прекрасном, и там тоже разные представления, идеалы и прочее. Вот как ты думаешь, все-таки профессионалам больше доверять или сетям?
On this time, I can tell you there is no such things like professional, unprofessional. In internet, everyone is quite open. Even you have media like New York Times, and they have an internet version and they have a paper version. It's about the same people actually doing it. Now there's a very very new word is blogger. Who is the blogger? It's normally somebody who say non-professional telling stuff, But lots of travelers, for example, Varlamov, one of the Russian traveler, he's traveling around the world. He writing about countries, and actually he's been in New Zealand twice, and I know like his reports about the country. It's actually kind of close to the true, and I can see other places he visited, so I can say, okay, so it shows me I can trust this person. If you follow the blogger, you see you could have a sense of truth, something like that. You can say, oh yeah, this could be true. The bloggers probably it's a future of the information around the travel rather than travel agencies. I think travel agencies are dying because less people would like to use travel agency to book the hotels, tickets, and whatever. So people do it individually, and so the bloggers, non-professional, but you have to have at least 2-3 sources. Then you compare. Like, if they are talking about same,
thank you very much
that's true.
Again, the story. Thanks. Thank you very much. We wish you good luck in
Thank you
your
very
work.
much for having me.
Yes, creativity, everything, and hope to see you sometime again in our
Okay, yeah, I
team.
will do.
Thank you.
Thank you.